Building LLMs, a learning journey. Large language models are built just like we learn in school, starting with basics and progressing to complex tasks. Each phase mirrors our journey through education, from early learning to specialization. Imagine building an LLM is like going to school. Just like school has different grades, building an LLM has different stages. Let's see how they're similar. In school, we started by learning the alphabet and simple words. Our teachers helped us read, write, and understand basic language. The goal was to learn the building blocks of language. By the end, we could read books and write sentences. In the first phase, the LLM learns by reading lots of text. It learns how words go together and the basic structure of language. After this phase, the LLM can make simple sentences and have a basic understanding of language. Just like we all learn differently, the LLM has settings, called parameters, that control how it learns. These parameters are like tools in a toolbox. Some tools might be better for remembering facts, while others might be better for being creative. Remember those school tests? They checked how much we knew. When we made mistakes, our teacher helped us understand where we went wrong. We learned from our mistakes and got better. For the LLM, this phase is like taking a test. It's given tasks to do, like finishing sentences or answering questions. If it makes mistakes, we fix it, just like how we learned from our mistakes in school. The LLM learns from its mistakes and gets better at understanding and writing. In school, we studied harder for subjects we found difficult. For the LLM, this is like adjusting how much attention it pays to different words or sentences. It focuses more on things it finds hard to understand. As we got older in school, the work got harder. We went from writing simple sentences to writing essays and solving math problems. This built on what we learned before, so we could do more difficult things. We became better at doing harder tasks, like writing longer essays or solving complex problems. Just like we learned harder things in school, the LLM moves to a more advanced stage. It learns to understand longer sentences, difficult words, and tricky language like sarcasm. The LLM becomes better at understanding and writing more complex text. Just like our brains worked harder when the work got harder, the LLM uses more layers to understand language. These layers are like different parts of a machine, each understanding a different part of language. Just like we use different ways of thinking to solve problems, the LLM uses these layers to understand and process language at different levels of complexity. Before graduating, we had to take final exams. These exams tested everything we learned, and passing them showed we were ready for the next step, like college or a job. We proved we knew what we were taught and were ready for the future. For the LLM, the final phase is testing. We check if it understands language well enough to be used in real-world things, like answering questions or writing articles. If it passes the tests, it's ready to be used. The result is a fully trained LLM that can do many things accurately. In the final stages, the LLM needs to be accurate, just like a student who wants a high score on their final exams. It also needs to be creative and flexible, just like we learned to do different things in school. After school, many of us went to college to study one thing more deeply. We learned more about a specific subject, like engineering, medicine, or art. We became experts in one area and were ready to use that knowledge in a specific field. Just like we became experts in one area in college, we can create LLMs that are experts in one thing. We train these LLMs on specific data, like medical information or legal documents, so they become very good at handling tasks in that area. In a specialized model, the focus is on one specific area, just like students focus on their major. The LLM learns more about that area, using its parts to become an expert. Just like going to school, building an LLM happens in stages. We start with the basics, test what we learned, make it more complex, and then specialize. At each stage, the LLM gets smarter and more capable, just like we did when we went through school and college. Thank you for watching this video.